live from Rustburg High School. It's time for Colonels basketball. The Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. I am Kyle Haney. With me again, 2 nights in a row, the excitable boy, Agent Zero, the Big O, Oscar Briggs. And Oscar, wow, one doozy last night, 24 hours ago. Are we lined up for another one here tonight?
Boy, if the pass game was any indication, we certainly are, Kyle. Rustburg coming in at 10-1 and Altavista at 8-1. So, on paper and if the results from the last game are any indication, it should be a barn burner.
Last time these two teams met, it was a very good ball game. That was back on, oh gosh, where are my notes, Mr. Briggs? What have I done to the broadcast here? I came prepared and then I stuffed all this stuff away. Tell you what, stuff your sorries in a sack. That was what George Costanza would say. Last time out, the Red Devils lost to the Altavista Colonels. Colonels got a victory. I'll give you the particulars on that in a moment here.
63-55.
Thank you, Oscar. 63-55. He's not the best analyst in the game for nothing, folks. And more recently, as Oscar and I will discuss aplenty here in the Subway pregame show, Colonels had a hard-fought victory last night in tight squeeze against the Chatham Cavaliers, 46-45. I do remember that. It's less than 24 hours ago. We got a chance to catch up with Coach Troy Harris, and he's going to discuss that. He'll discuss the Rustburg Red Devils and who knows what else. It's all part of the Subway pregame show. Oscar and I are having a ball already. I told you he was going to see some old friends. We talked about this last night, too. You bump into all these old friends, and when you make some new ones, and hopefully you just don't make any enemies in the process. You'll never make an enemy at Subway. Great stuff going on there at Main Street location, also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road, and then further up the road inside Foster Fuels on Route 29. You can always eat fresh with Subway. Let's step aside, then we'll hear from the head coach, Troy Harris. It's the Rustburg Red Devils hosting the Altavista Colonels. High school hoops on a Wednesday night. You got yourself a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling.
Hey guys, this is Terrell Sam with Best Bet Motor Sales. We started business over 5 years ago with only 10 vehicles and a simple concept to help people out that get less than perfect credit and give them good quality cars. Over the years, we evolved into 2 lots in Central Virginia with over 60 cars in inventory, and we do all types of budget, all types of credit. So remember, if your credit's less than perfect, give us a call here at Best Bet Motor Sales. All cars come with a 90-day, 5,000-mile warranty with the Best Bet Back Guarantee. So for a fun, stress-free buying experience, give us a call. Best Bet Motor Sales, Route 29 South.
I'm Jeff Walker of First National Bank and the manager at our Main Street branch in Altavista. Did you know that local bankers have a lot more at stake in taking better care of you? You see, helping local customers like you be more successful is our only focus, and each customer is so important. So for your small business, construction, and personal loan needs, think of me and think of us first. That's local First National Bank. We'll help you bring home more bacon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a good show, man.
Man, that was awesome.
Loud crowd. House salad time.
I'll bring it on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to have to do the encore tonight, buddy.
No, they want to see your face.
Go chant your name.
Not it, man. They're saying Brett.
Well, I'm taking this with me.
No. I'll hold it for you.
Seriously, don't touch my salad.
Time for my encore now, son.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Rustburg High School. The Altavista Colonels in town taking on the Rustburg Red Devils. That means we're talking once again with the head coach of the Altavista Colonels, Mr. Troy Harris. And Coach Harris, let's discuss last night, a wild one less than 24 hours ago. You escaped with a 1-point victory down at Chatham. We've talked about this already on some of these pregame shows. An ugly win is better than a pretty loss, so I'm sure you'll take it, right?
Yeah, we'll definitely take it. That seems to be our motto is ugly wins is the way we sort of do things. So, yeah, we'll definitely take it, no doubt. An ugly win's better than a pretty loss any day of the week.
Well, it seemed like you guys did a lot of things well. I mean, I thought the energy was there. What did you think on the hustle plays and the rebounding and the defense? What was your take last night?
Well, one thing about the rebound, and we stopped boxing out a little bit, and we're not really rooting people out. We're trying to jump with people, and it's getting ourselves in trouble. We won the rebounding battle, which I was kind of surprised. But our intensity and our hustle, we're always going to do that. That's preach number one, first thing out of my mouth every day is you're going to play defense and you're going to be intense about what you're doing. So that doesn't really surprise me much, but our boxing out's lacking a little bit, and we got to fix that if we want to win games.
You think the change in routine first day back, well, not the first day back to school, second day back to school, but first game in a while, you think that routine change had some hand in the sloppiness?
Maybe, I guess. Yeah. You could probably argue it that way. Definitely a little bit of rust. Hadn't played in 2 weeks, a real game. We talked about scrimmaging those older guys, but still it's not the same as putting on the game jerseys and turning the lights on and people paying money to come watch you play. So I think both teams had some rust on them, and it definitely showed.
One final thought about last night in the victory over Chatham before we get to Rustburg here tonight. Lawrence Galliard seemed to be really the man, 19 points, blocks, assists, rebounding, steals. Seemed like he was everywhere, always around the ball. In his first game starting, you had to like what you saw from Lawrence last night.
Yeah, he stepped up big. You could, and we saw it coming. That's why he started last night. He hadn't been starting, and we saw it in practice, and he got the starting nod. And without him last night, it would have been pretty bad for us, I think. I think he had 19 points. He had 8 or 9 rebounds. He did a little bit of everything. So, yeah, sophomore, looking for more of that tonight and in the future as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Nelson Dews with a big hand there in the bucket at the end, had all of his points in the second half as well. Okay, let's move on to tonight. A tough Red Devil squad. We're in Rustburg, so that never makes it easier. I'm sure you're expecting Brantley Shields' squad best punch here this evening.
Oh, no doubt about it. Rustburg, they've been team of the week. They've been getting pumped up. The articles written in the newspaper. They're 8 or 9-1, and yeah, we're going to get their best shot, no doubt. They're really good. They're athletic. We beat them earlier, so I'm pretty sure we can do it again if everything goes our way and we make all our hustle plays and, hit a few shots tonight. Last night we struggled shooting, so hopefully we can shoot it against this 1-3-1 zone we're about to see.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that funky little 1-3-1. It's very extended. They pull it out almost a half court sometimes, and they like to trap. It's a little different. You guys seem to handle it okay the first time. Have you talked about that? Is that 1-3-1?
Coaches say most of the time take it one game at a time. I will not lie. We went over some Rustburg stuff. I didn't tell them it was Rustburg stuff, but we went over Rustburg stuff a little bit over break just to keep it fresh in our minds. But, yeah, they extend the first guy all the way full court and try to pressure the point guard over to his left hand. So we got to keep somebody back there to help him and just ball fake. If you ball fake, you can beat it. If you try to dribble through it, you're going to turn it over, and it won't be very good then. So we stress ball fakes and we stress playing together, and you can't do it by yourself or it'll end up in a turnover.
If it comes down to the end, you guys seem to have played well down the stretch. You feel pretty comfortable about your late game poise that you've seen from your guys?
Evidently. We keep pulling them out. I don't know if it's good coaching or good playing or there's a horseshoe somewhere, but, yeah, I think so. We've played a lot of close games late. We've won a lot of single-digit games. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident in us coming down the stretch. We seem to make all the right plays there late in the game.
Coach, we'll let you run, get your game face on. Thanks for stopping by. Tip-off between the Red Devils and the Colonels about 15 minutes away on 105.5 KD Country.
This broadcast is brought to you by the KD Country Sports Club.
It's Chef's Drive-In, keeping drive-ins alive with hometown pride and service.
One-stop mart where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
El Cerrito Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas, it's El Cerrito time.
Altavista Medical and Oncology Massage Therapy at Broad Street can relieve your pain.
Vista Food, Altavista, your hometown grocery with the freshest produce and the best meats.
McDonald's in Altavista, committed to the community and now serving breakfast all day.
KD Country Basketball Broadcast, brought to you by members of the Altavista Sports Club.
Rubber needs a thicker, Sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellas Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellas Chevrolet in Altavista.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29 Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
The Subway pregame show returns from Rustburg High School. The Colonels with the short road trip. I hesitate to even call it a road trip. Oscar, not a long drive up here from Altavista to Rustburg. So certainly a bunch of Colonel fans in the crowd tonight, and the gym filling up equally on the Rustburg side as well. Two heavyweights right here, Mr. Briggs. Red Devils 10-1, Colonels 8-1. Colonels have given Rustburg their only loss of the young season.
Well, I was getting ready to make that point, and certainly the Colonels come in with a target on their back. Rustburg certainly wants to avenge that loss for none other than the reason that it is a single loss they have, not to mention that the close proximity of the schools, and these kids know each other so well.
Yeah, it was a 63-55 Colonel victory last time they played Rustburg back on December 11th. Those statistics courtesy of the organized one in this duo, Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. I misplaced my statistics that I so meticulously curated earlier. I feel like I'm a curator sometimes of the...
And a distributor. You dish out the stats, too.
Absolutely. I do that. And our sound engineer, Eleanor Haney, knows a very good curator hanging around Altavista. Back to business at hand. You want to talk about last night against the Chatham Cavaliers a little bit? You heard from Coach Harris there, an ugly win, better than a pretty loss. That old adage still holds true, but I think he would have liked to see the guys perform a little bit better. As it is, they get out of town with a one-point victory.
Yeah, certainly the Colonels to us looked flat on the offensive end. Certainly not to a lack of effort. They strong effort on the defensive end. Loose balls, favor went to Altavista as well. So it certainly wasn't for lack of effort.
And they did have those spurts of energy and effort, too, at times, Mr. Briggs. We commented once or twice that the Colonels might have appeared flat for a minute or two or maybe even a 3-minute stretch there, and then they would do something to pick it up. Maybe it was one guy providing the spark. Maybe it was multiple guys. It did seem like the energy was there. Certainly you got to chalk a lot of it up to rust. I mean, they hadn't played a game since before Christmas. Chatham was rusty, too. I think Charles Warren, their head coach, made that comment in the paper afterwards. So not textbook basketball, but again, Nelson Dews hits a driving layup with about 19 seconds remaining to put the Colonels up by 1. Colonels make a nice defensive stand. They use some fouls that they had in their pocket to slow Chatham down a little bit. And they end up, Cavaliers had 2 decent looks at it within 5 seconds, but the Altavista defense holds, and they get the victory 46-45 last night in Chatham. This is a Subway pregame show. I'm Kyle Haney. He is Oscar Briggs. We've already got an update from the Lady Colonels game. Altavista leading Rustburg 18-9. They're in the second quarter down there. JV start time for that one at 5:30, as you have become accustomed to. This junior varsity contest here tonight at Rustburg did not start until 6. It ended up taking a while. Oscar Colonel's junior varsity team gets a 7-point victory.
7 point. And had a big lead and had to fend off a furious Rustburg rally. Rustburg cut it to, I think, 3 at one point before the Colonels were able to stretch it back out at the end.
It was an exciting contest. Normally, folks, Oscar and I, we kind of chat during the JV game, and we'll visit with, again, old friends or make new friends. But both Oscar and myself seem to be tuned into the JV game a little bit more tonight because it was fairly exciting. Let's step aside for another time out here on the Subway pregame show. We'll bring it back with some starting lineups, our starting lineup, and a little bit more analysis, and then set for the tip-off between the county rivals, the Rustburg Red Devils, 10-1, hosting the 8-1 Altavista Colonels. You don't want to miss a minute of this game. It's all live on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista basketball team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Hello, this is Jerry Motley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Start your business on a winning note with an Altavista revolving loan. It's an opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Connect with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis II at Altavista Town Hall. Make your move today. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns. We were just discussing our Wednesday night meal choices during the break. Oscar, Black Forest ham for you.
Absolutely.
Exciting stuff, huh?
Yeah, good stuff today.
Meticulously prepared by the great Ashton Robinson and the rest of the crew in there. Eleanor Haney, our sound engineer, went with the Flateza. You guys must not have got my memos about it's Flateza Friday, not Flateza Wednesday.
Yeah, any day's Flateza.
You're right. The Flatezas are great. I bang the drum for them all the time. Eleanor Haney also did get the coffee. Remember, coffee for closers only. I went with the alliteration. I went with Egg White Wednesday. Nice to have the egg white sandwich. You throw a little mayo, a little honey mustard on there, some lettuce, some pickles. It's a fantastic option. But then again, what isn't fantastic at Subway in Altavista? As our colleague Bob Alvis says, only wrong choice is not opening the door. Shout out to Ashton and the gang down there. Never too early for some other shout outs. Know some folks are listening in the gym at the girls game. The Mormon family tuned in. Robbie Rice tuned in. And a shout out to our office assistant, Gretchen Koenig. She is a big-time Rustburg fan. We don't hold that against her.
And also shout out to Myrtle Beach, to Cindy Parrish and Elizabeth Parrish who are listening. Appreciate you guys. Miss you and see you soon.
Love the gang down there in South Carolina. Envious of the weather that they seem to have. And all the golfing options as well, but we've got some great ones.
Are there golfing options?
Yeah, they're putting in some golf courses down there. Hey, let me tell you about our starting lineup, the folks that make this broadcast possible. Feller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. English is your complete home center and your home for a complete line of Carhartt clothing for men. Highview Motors GMC, from small to tall. Highview has it all. El Cazador on Main Street in Altavista. Be sure to try their new menu. KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. Maintenance. Call 665-1333. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. Best Bet Motors, a respected name you can trust. Route 29 just south of the airport, pardon me. National anthem time, so let me finish our starting lineup in a moment. We'll step aside, tip off right after this when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Some people have never tried food at a Mexican restaurant. So we asked Chad Shelton from Shelton's Plumbing and Heating about his experience.
I wasn't so sure what the green stuff was, but they slipped some on my plate one day, and now I won't have a meal without guacamole. Still can't spell it.
At El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, if you have questions, they give you the answers in English. Mexican and American foods, affordable prices, and fast service. Try it today, El Cazador, Main Street, Altavista.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns for the final segment here from Rustburg High School. They're doing some pregame introductions, and we got interrupted during our starting lineup. Let me also remind you that our game brought to you by PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality maintenance and construction service. The Moose Family Center, bringing communities closer together and celebrating life. Be a Moose. Streaming online audio, so if you're listening on your phone in Altavista in the gymnasium, or you're listening in Surfside Beach like the lovely and talented Cindy Parrish-Gaddy, or wherever you're listening, you can thank Chad Rakos, your Allstate agent in Windhurst. Basketball fans always in good hands with Chad Rakos. Our officials tonight, Jason Morgan, Greg Howard, and Charles Chafin. The Rustburg Red Devils are announcing their lineup right now. They're going to go with number 32, Terrell Cook, number 12, Logan Tyree, number 3, Joseph Daniel, number 0, Agent 0. Can I call him Agent 0?
Yeah, you can certainly call Mike Jones Agent 0.
When you're as good as Mike Jones, you're going to get called Agent 0 some. An excellent player, one of the leading scorers in our area. The final starter for Rustburg, Elijah Manuel. The Altavista Colonels are going to go with their starting 5 from last night. Number 30, Josh McClure. Number 4, Daquan Poindexter. Number 2, Nelson Dews. Number 1, Mateo Malback. And finally, rounding out the lineup is number 15, the Dragon, Lawrence Galliard. Colonels in the road, black jerseys again with the orange trim. Rustburg in the home, whites with red trim. A little bit of black trim around the lettering. Again, a crowd of, I don't know, 75, 80% full.
I think probably in that 75% range is probably a pretty good estimate. Certainly the Rustburg side is at that level.
Rustburg has a nice little student section that is already standing for the game. I have a feeling they'll bring some energy to the gymnasium tonight. There's plenty of Colonel students here as well, rooting their classmates on. So it should be a fun night for basketball. If you're riding around, you need something to do, don't hesitate to stop by. If you can't stop by, make sure you stay with the party here. Tip-off is battled for momentarily, but finally tipped in the backcourt to the Red Devils. Here's Joseph Daniel driving from the right wing, up and under layup. Is swatted away by a combination of Galliard and McClure. Good defense there.
Looks like Josh got a little bit more than Galliard did, but hey, great defense on the penetration drive to the hoop.
Mateo Malback, number 3. Pardon me, I mistakenly said number 1 in the opening segment.
There's been a Malback that used the war number 1. So.
I think that's where I was going
that's
with
right.
that. Shot up and incomplete. Rebound comes down to the Altavista Colonels. They ship it to Mateo Malback. Here's that 1-3-1 extended zone that Coach Troy Harris and I discussed. They bring it all the way out. Sometimes those zone defenses don't come out past the three-point line. This zone defense for Rustburg comes out to near the half-court line.
Well extended on this 1-3-1.
Malback has it, right wing, driving, now shovels it in the corner to Josh McClure. McClure shot fake. He wants to use the dribble off the window and in. 2 early points for Josh McClure, number 30. Good to see that finish in close to the basket because Josh admittedly struggled a little bit last night getting in close.
Absolutely couldn't finish well last night, but that's a good omen for the Colonels starting off in the first possession.
1 minute into the basketball game, Altavista leading by 2. This is Logan Tyree, middle of the court. Thought about passing. Now he'll dribble and hand off to Terrell Cook. Cook's shot was rejected away by Galliard. Loose ball picked up by Nelson Dews. He'll bring it up far sideline with a pass to Daquan Poindexter. Poindexter finds McClure. McClure had good arc on the shot, but it was short, never drew iron, and out of bounds, and he'll hear the air ball chant from the Rustburg student section.
Shot might have been a little bit quicker than what Coach Harris would have wanted, but certainly good to see the aggressiveness by Josh.
6:30 left to play in the Englishes, your complete home center, first quarter. Rustburg working right to left from our perspective. Mike Jones to the right side of the hoop. Count the basket. 2-2. We're all tied up. McClure tried to defend it, but really not in position to do so.
Mike Jones showed his athletic ability and a little bit of contortionism as well.
Nelson Dews dribbles to the three-point line, then hands off to Lawrence Galliard. It's back to Nelson Dews. Nelson catches, harassed by Mike Jones, picks up a loose ball, and now it's poked out away into the Rustburg bench out of bounds. We're down here courtside at Rustburg High School. We're in the corner again like we tend to be at a lot of places. So Altavista going south to north from our perspective, bottom to top, or somewhat left to right, scoring on the far basket. Nelly, pull-up 16-footer off the front of the iron. Rebound grabbed down low by Mateo Malback, and then he lost it. Had stripped away by a couple Red Devils.
Yeah, Mike Jones showed his athletic ability again with his quick hands and just stripped him away.
Tyree quickly down the right side of the paint. Count the basket. Red Devils lead 4-2. Logan Tyree in a hurry. He didn't really beat the defense down, but I think he caught some people by surprise with the quickness. McClure up and under move, wanted to shoot. Instead dishes to Malback. Malback NBA range 3 is a misfire. Gets it back on the rebound. Layup, right hand, got swatted to the deck. Hard. That's a foul, and the shot never really even got out of his hands. He'll get to shoot 2 free throws with 5:20 remaining in the first.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That shot barely got out of his hands, if it did at all. Mateo go to the line and shoot 2.
4-2. Red Devils lead. The Lady Colonels are up 29-13 at the half against the Rustburg Lady Devils. Big props to Dave Mabry and Ty Gafford for some updates right now from that game. I think they've got a good crowd down there. First one went in for Mateo Malback. Second one did not. Terrell Cook rebounds right underneath the cup. 5:15 left to play in the first. 1 point Red Devil lead. Here's Joe Daniel. Lost the basketball, had it bounced off of Lawrence Galliard and out of bounds.
That was blocked by Nelson Dews. Colonels have 3 blocks already with only 5:10 remaining here in the first quarter.
Active on defense, and you can see the guys communicating here before the inbounds play from Rustburg. Baseline right in front of us. Red Devils scoring on the left-hand hoop, the one closest to us. This is Elijah Manuel, senior forward, tried to back down McClure, then kicked it out for a pass. Foul as Terrell Cook was driving. This is on the floor, though, they say, and here comes Chancellor Mormon. Pretty early substitute, Mormon coming in for Malback.
Yeah, Mateo's been a little bit inclined to get in some foul trouble here over the last few games.
On the court right now, it's Poindexter, Mormon, McClure, Dews, and Galliard. Jones, pull-up 3 is good. That's impossible to defend right there. He stepped into a three-pointer from the right wing and nailed it. 7-3. Red Devils on top. Mike Jones has 5 of them. Nelson Dews thinking 3. Instead goes to the free throw line to Galliard. Galliard quick steps to the right side of the hoop. Nails it in for 2. 7-5. Colonels trail by 2.
Nice patience, nice speed from Nelson to Galliard on that drive.
You have a very unselfish play, too. You can see Nelson
what a crossover.
Oh, Mike Jones with the pull-up jumper after the crossover. Boy, He just puts you on roller skates out there with the quickness and the moves that he has. He will find a way to break you down. Red Devils lead 9-5. Jones has 7 of the 9. Nelson Dews trying to track down a loose ball on the floor, then he threw it up to the hoop. They call a foul on
It was on
Nelly?
Nelson. Yeah, it was on Nelson on a loose ball. One of those unfortunate situations where two players go for it, and Nelson ended up on top of it.
Red Devils check in Dante Jones. He joins Elijah Manuel, Mike Jones, Terrell Cook, and Logan Tyree. Joe Daniel will bring it up the right side of the court. He's guarded by Nelson Dews. Man-to-man defense for the Altavista Colonels. Need to find a way to cool down Mike Jones a bit. Chancellor Mormon's doing the honors guarding him now. That seems to be a change. They throw it in the left-hand post to Manuel. Manuel turnaround jumper blocked away by Galliard. Manuel seems to grab the loose ball somehow, though. And Nelson Dews trying to track down a wild one out of bounds. This is last touch off of Nelly. There's Lawrence Galliard protecting that rim again.
Boy, that was a great block. That's 4 blocks for the Colonels here in the first 4 minutes of action.
Tyree will inbound it. Far left baseline, just sort of hands it in to Dante Jones in the right-hand corner. Jones driving, bodied up by Lawrence Galliard. This foul's probably on the floor. Yeah, not in the act of shooting. 3 team fouls in the Altavista Colonels. First one on Lawrence comes with 3:44 left to play in the first. Red Devils leading 9-5. Tyree will inbound again. Two-handed overhead pass finds Mike Jones between the circles. There's Mormon giving him about a 5-foot cushion. Chancellor Mormon quick on his feet. Jones pull up 3. Boy, it was just in and out. Galliard grabs a rebound and has to sort of shrug Dante Jones off of him. Here comes Nelson Dews up the court just right of center. Poindexter has it in the right corner. Left-hand dribble. Passes, free throw line. Galliard off the back of the iron. Won't go. Rebound loose. Poindexter stuck it up and in. Good perseverance there by the Colonels to send some guys to the bucket for the rebound. 9-7 Rustburg.
Josh McClure crashed the boards and kept that ball alive.
3:10 left to play. Daquan picked the pocket at midcourt. To the hoop. Oh, Daquan tried to dunk it and he missed. The crowd came alive in anticipation.
Daquan will come out.
Colonels have got the basketball back after a scramble for it. Nelson Dews has to make a spin move out of there. They throw it up ahead to Galliard. Things getting a little helter-skelter. Coach Troy Harris, hands on hips, kind of bewildered at the process right there. 9-7 Rustburg on top.
Look at Josh McClure telling everybody just settle down. We're okay.
Heady play there by Josh McClure and showing some leadership as well. Jamal Thornhill enters the basketball game for Daquan Poindexter.
And Jamal gave the Colonels a lift last night.
Sure did. 9-7. Rustburg on top by 2. Manuel driving, gives McClure the shoulder, then fades away with the jump shot from 12 feet along the baseline. Count it, 11-7.
Boy, Elijah Manuel is a very put-together athlete.
Yeah, only 6'3", but broad shoulders, strong. And that was an NBA-like move to drive in on McClure and then try the fadeaway jumper. 2.5 minutes left to play. Galliard times the steps up to the hoop again and gets to the right side for 2. 11-9.
Another nice feed from Nelson Dews as they continue to exploit that defense that Rustburg set up in that 1-3-1.
Yeah, Galliard positions himself at the free throw line against that 1-3-1 and seems to be open. Manuel, another turnaround. Jay, soft touch. Oh, man. It hit the side of the iron, the backboard, the front of the iron, the side of the iron again, and then finally fell in the hole for 2. Nice touch from Elijah Manuel, the senior. 13-9, Rustburg on top, under 2 minutes left to play in the first. Nelson Dews, soft double team to Galliard again at the free throw line. Lawrence driving. They're going to whistle Lawrence Galliard for an offensive foul.
I don't know about that one.
Had some defenders draped on him. It appeared that they were giving ground. Hard to take a charge when your feet are moving.
I don't think it would have. My view here would have been a jump ball situation.
Yeah.
The Rustburg defender was retreating, so.
Yeah. We don't have the best view down here for sure, courtside, especially when they go to the far bucket. Rustburg scoring on the near basket to our left. This is Deontay Jackson in the game now for the Red Devils. Crossover dribble working on Jamal Thornhill. Give and go play. Now it's Joe Daniel in the corner for 3. Too strong. Jacob Adams with the rebound. Lost the ball, but it somehow ended up in the hands of Mateo Malbach. Malbach wants to slow things down and reset the offense. Now he's got it right wing, toes on the three-point line. Cross-court pass to Mormon. This is a quick guard-oriented lineup right here for the Colonels. Josh McClure, the big man inside, will deposit the bucket for 2. 13-11. Colonels trail by 2 again. 1:05 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Mike Jones. Quick, long sleeves, white headband, and an imposing player out there as a guard. Wears a brace on the left knee. Double team by Malbeck and Mormon. Malbeck got a hand in the face of Joe Daniel, who tried the three. Loose ball. Mike Jones is going to regather. Loose ball, loose again. Adams dives for it. Last touch out of bounds. Off of Rustburg.
Nice hustle by Jake Adams, and allowed the ball to go to the Colonels on that play.
On the near sideline here, Jacob Adams dove out full stretch and sort of tapped it off of Deontay Jackson. Not sure he meant to, but it ended up working out well for the Colonels.
Hey, when you hustle like that, good things happen.
Great point by you, Mr. Briggs. Nelson Dews finds a seam in the defense for two. We're tied at 13. 35 seconds left to play in the first.
And that basket for Nelson coming exactly 3 quarters earlier than his first one did last night.
Good point.
That bodes well for the Colonels as well.
Deontay Jackson driving off the window and in. Pardon me, that was Dante Jones for two. Similar build to Deontay Jackson.
15 seconds left.
15-13, Rustburg leading by 2 again. Down to 13 seconds. Nelson Dews wants to compose the offense. He'll step up to the three-point line. Wings a no-look pass to Mormon. Mormon, turnaround shot won't fall. This rebound still loose. Collected by the Red Devils. They throw it up ahead to Deontay Jackson.
Nice
Jackson had it
hustle by
poked away by Nelson Dews. Nelson came from the other baseline, a full 90-foot sprint to poke it away and probably save a 2-point basket. We've played one fantastic quarter of basketball. Rustburg on top by 2, 15-13 on 105.5 KD Country.
You're listening to Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country, WKDE, Altavista, Lynchburg.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Well, after a great first quarter of basketball in which the Red Devils lead 15-13, I need to remind music fans that the Honky Tonk Jukebox will be on after we're done here. Earl's got a great show lined up for you, celebrating Elvis. He lives on the Honky Tonk Jukebox tonight, celebrating the birthday, and hopefully we'll convert some of you Honky Tonk Jukebox fans into basketball fans, and vice versa. Hopefully the basketball fans, Oscar, will stick around and hear some great country music from the Sugar Daddy after this game is done. Get your thoughts on the first quarter here. Next chance we get, maybe at some free throws. We're already 8 seconds into the first quarter. Colonels basketball to start the second quarter. Second quarter. Goes in the right-hand corner to Adams. He's double-teamed, now triple-teamed. Lost the basketball. Mike Jones tore it away from him. 7:38 left to play in the second. Rustburg leads by 2, trying to extend it in the front court here, wearing the white jerseys. Deontay Jackson, guarded by Mateo Malbeck. Malbeck on the right wing, covering Jackson. Yep, double dribble. Malbeck sort of alerted the official to it, and he was right. The referee blew the whistle and called it.
Talk about the first quarter compared to last night. Certainly the Colonels offensively were more in tune, were able to finish better. Good distribution of the scoring. Nelson with a bucket, Mateo with 1, Daquan with 2, Lawrence with 4, and Josh McClure with 4.
Really was a nice distribution, like you said. It makes it hard for one team to key on one guy. Malbeck, 16-footer, straight away is good. Silky smooth jump shot from Mateo Malbeck to tie the ball game, 15-15. I think we're in for a real gym dandy here. You might want to get out to the gym if possible. Mike Jones quickly to the hoop from the right side of the bucket. He's fouled, but it's on the floor.
Boy, when Rustburg goes to that 1-4 and that 4 spread across the baseline with Jones out top, that is just deadly. You're putting him one-on-one.
He's lightning quick, and he's 6'1", so it's not like he's a tiny guy at all. Off the ball, screens by Rustburg. Jones will throw it in the extended mid post to Terrell Cook. Cook trying to back down Daquan Poindexter, now left wing to Jones. Jones for 3. Count it. I think he wanted to come out hot because, honestly, Altavista shut him down a little bit in the first game, held Jones to his lowest number of the season. Colonels are about the only team to hold Mike Jones under 20 this year, and Jones is making up for lost time with a 3.
6:47 remaining in the second quarter. He's got 10 now. So
He's on pace.
Nice job officiating there as got a little bit chippy, and officials stepped in and said, guys, we're not going to do that tonight.
18-15.
I read his lips. That's exactly what he said.
Excellent work by you, Oscar Briggs. Like I said, one of the best in the business for a reason. Maul back, pull-up jumper, a little closer than the last one. It's too strong, but he tipped it in. Followed his own shot, kept the momentum going nicely, and just sort of tipped it in like a volleyball set with two hands. 18-17. Colonels pull within one. Colonels have been tied a bunch this game, but they've never led. It's been Rustburg lead the entire night. They're in the front court now. They throw it to Terrell Cook. Cook trying to back down Poindexter again. Goes across the lane to his left and is fouled by Daquan Poindexter. Another on-the-floor foul, 16 foul for the Altavista Colonels.
Another situation tonight where they're not indicating the player fouls on the scoreboard, so we'll try to stay on top of that best we can.
We're just going to have to work hard tonight. Short pass goes into Terrell Cook. He's in the right corner, guarded by Jacob Adams. Jones, pull-up three, in and out, no good. Almost rattled home. Rebound collected just outside the paint by Josh McClure. McClure right down the middle of the defense, dodging defenders. Now it's over right wing to Nelson Dews. Under 6 to play here in the second quarter. 18-17. Rustburg on top. Nelson lost it. It was Mike Jones again. 2-on-2 fast break. Jones and Daniel. Daniel finishes with the right hand nicely. 20-17. Rustburg back up 3.
Boy, Daniel joins the party. That's his first bucket of the night.
Joseph Daniel is a very, very good player and a nice compliment to Mike Jones. 2 very quick guards that can score. McClure lost it at the free throw line extended. That's Logan Tyree up ahead near sideline to Joseph Daniel. Daniel sidesteps defenders, count the basket, and he's fouled. Got to hear the crowd come to life here as Joseph Daniel took it up the near sideline, split Malbeck and Dews, and dropped the bucket in for 2.
And that's Malbeck's second, and can't afford to pick up a foul in that situation.
22-17. Rustburg on top by 5. A 6-point lead here, I think, would give them their biggest lead of the night. Altavista has trailed all game, but they've never trailed by much. They're down 6 now, 23-17. Joseph Daniel with the old-fashioned three-point play.
Well, he's exploded for 5 here in the second quarter.
5:20 left to play in that second quarter. Nelson Dews.
That 1-3-1, very active.
It's tough. Nelly is about 5 feet inside the half-court stripe, looking for somewhere to go. He's killed the dribble.
Watch Terrell Cook and McClure. Every time McClure goes across, Cook takes a shot at him.
Yep, McClure left-hand dribble. He took a shot that time. It would not fall in. He was fouled in the act of shooting. There should be 2 free throws here. Just the third team foul on Rustburg. Ooh, finally gives us a little bit of a breather, Oscar.
Yeah, it's been a barn burner. It's been fun so far.
Go ahead.
Colonels with 7 fouls, so Rustburg's in a 1-1 now.
Yep. And it could be a benefit to the Red Devils. Well, it will be a benefit to the Red Devils. No could be about it. First one up from McClure. Nice touch. Hit the front of the iron and would not fall down. Second quarter brought to you by English's, your complete home center in Altavista. Your home for Pratt and Lambert paint. Great time to do some painting projects when you're cooped up in the house all weekend during these cold winter months. McClure, deep knee bend, shot up, good form, good rhythm, and he cashes that one in. 1 for 2 that trip, 23-18. Altavista trailing by 5. On the court right now for the Red Devils. Mike Jones, Joe Daniel, Logan Tyree, Terrell Cook, and, that is Dante Jones and Elijah Manuel, the 5th Red Devil.
The Chancellor Mormon, probably the best defender Altavista has, trying to contain Jones.
I think that's why you're seeing a lot of minutes. Nice hand. Yep, poked it away. Dante Jones was able to recover the loose ball. Poindexter, Jones, battle on the right-hand post. They're going to get Dante Jones. Too strong, trying to get the rebound back on his own missed shot. And a good position by Daquan Poindexter to block him out. On the court right now for the Colonels, Oscar, Daquan Poindexter, Nelson Dews, Josh McClure, Chancellor Mormon, and Jacob Adams. Adams and Mormon have both logged quite a few minutes here in the first half. Free throw line, left elbow goes to McClure. McClure's shot was altered. He couldn't get it to go from 5 feet. Logan Tyree comes away with it. He'll race first to his left, then over to his right. Zigzag dribbling here from Logan Tyree, guarded tightly by Jacob Adams. Throws it to the free throw line. Give and go play. Logan Tyree got it back. Shot won't fall. It's loose. Tyree and Adams end up in the baseline, and it's last touch off of Logan Tyree. Altavista ball with 4:08 left to play in the half.
Tyree did a nice shot penetrating, was able to get the floater up, but Nice job by the Colonels boxing out and keeping Rustburg from getting fouled.
You can tell Rustburg's got great chemistry, OB, because they use that give and go nicely. Not too many teams use the give and go that much anymore. Red Devils still do. Nelson Dew's going to get whistled for a foul. He went in trying to get the basketball back after he turned it over.
Colonel's a little loose with the basketball.
Yeah.
18 fouls, Colonel, 1-1. Daniel goes to the line, shooting 1-1.
And surely some of it is that 1-3-1 extended zone that Rustburg plays. It's a little unconventional. It can force you into some mistakes.
When you got Mike Jones out front with his speed and his length, it certainly makes that a unique defense that you just don't see a lot of the 1-3-1 that extended anymore.
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised you don't see it that much anymore, but maybe coaches think it takes a long time to put it in and perfect it. First one good from Joe Daniels. Second one is not. Rebound is grabbed by Dante Jones and then kicked back out. Joe Daniel will try a three. That's off the back iron, too strong. Dante Jones has another rebound. Ball is loose. Joe Daniel ended up with it. Just somehow shoved it up to the backboard, and then it falls in for two. 26-18. Red Devils up 8. Biggest lead of the night. 3:40 left to play in the half. Nelly, pull-up shot. Didn't draw much iron.
Well, and Colonels weren't in position for that.
Red Devils quickly with the hoop and the harm. That's Austin Martin off the bench scoring 2, and he's fouled by Josh McClure. Man, Red Devils are running the floor well, too, Oscar.
Well, that's all a result of Nelson Dews taking that shot with the Colonels not in position yet. Didn't have good rebounding position, and that led to that fast break. Timeout on the floor.
Let's take the timeout with them. Red Devils lead by 10 all of a sudden. Don't go changing. We got a lot of basketball left on 105.5 KD Country.
Hey guys, this is Terrell Sam with Best Bet Motors. We started business over 5 years ago with only 10 vehicles and a simple concept to help people out that had less than perfect credit and give them good quality cars. Over the years, we evolved into 2 lots in Central Virginia with over 60 cars in inventory, and we do all types of budget, all types of credit. So remember, if your credit's less than perfect, give us a call here at Best Bet Motor Sales. All cars come with a 90-day, 5,000-mile warranty with the Best Spec Back guarantee. So for a fun, stress-free buying experience, give us a call. Best Bet Motor Sales, Route 29 South.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Red Devils leading the Colonels by 10, 28-18. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're at. A good Wednesday night basketball contest here. Oscar, it feels weird that the Red Devils are up 10 all of a sudden, but they strike quickly, don't they?
Well, they do, and Joseph Daniels absolutely exploded in this quarter for 8 points. Still 3:30 remaining in the quarter.
Going to have some more updates from Altavista as the Lady Colonels at last check were up on the Rustburg Red Devils. Here's Austin Martin trying to cap off a three-point play. Troy Harris, the head coach for the Colonels, took the timeout in between the bucket and the free throw. Free throw, too strong. Grabbed by Daquan Poindexter, 10 feet away from the hoop.
Oof, you got to be careful.
Yeah, no lazy passes when Mike Jones is on the hardwood. He will pick it off in a heartbeat. Nelson Dews, double teamed in the corner, finds relief to Mateo Malbeck. Now it's all the way in the right corner to Poindexter. He'll back it out right wing. Throw it cross court left side to Nelly. Nelly bounce pass in the corner to McClure. McClure wants to travel the baseline and drive to the hoop. He's fouled. And that is on the floor as well.
15 foul for Rustburg.
A lot of fouls, Oscar, but most of them are on the floor. There have been a few of them in the act of shooting that have ended up in one-shot attempts. Because, lob play. Galliard couldn't get it in the basket. Well-designed. Lawrence just couldn't finish it off. McClure is just absolutely mugged down low going up for 2.
Yeah, I thought there was some contact on the Galliard, who was way up above the rim. I thought there was some contact there that altered that shot.
Yeah, it looked like Lawrence Galliard's flight up the ladder definitely got altered as he was bumped. McClure on the free throw line to shoot 2 with 3:03 left to play in the second quarter. Makes the first one, 29-18. Colonels cut the deficit to 9.
Josh, 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
On the court right now for Altavista as McClure sinks the second one. It's Josh McClure, Lawrence Galliard, Daquan Poindexter, Nelson Dews, and Mateo Malbeck. That's the original starting 5. Red Devils going to set up shop in the front court. Mike Jones just walks it across the timeline. Under 3 left to play now in half. Red Devils trying to set up some kind of a play. They throw it here in the left corner to Dante Jones. Now it's Joe Daniel trying to go right side of the paint. No good. Galliard grabbed the rebound, and he's shoved to the deck by Dante Jones. That's 17 fouls now on Rustburg, and Lawrence Galliard's going to take a trip for a 1-and-1.
Boy, Galliard continues to mature, doesn't he? Really becoming a force down low for the Colonels.
So impressive with his leaping ability, his instincts, his quickness. I think he'll get better around the basket. He's already pretty good around the basket, but he'll get better. And then I think the next step after that will be to develop a jump shot and some strength inside there. Galliard's first free throw converted.
Yeah, certainly he needs a little bit more strength. That'll help him. Of course, if he continues to play football, can not stay injured there, that'll help him as well.
Chancellor Mormon checks in the game for Mateo Malback. Galliard cans both of them. Colonels trail by 6 now. Mike Jones, Sutter step, shoulder fake, hip shake. Now he's going to try and blow by Daquan Poindexter. Daquan recovered nicely.
Oh, good.
And then he committed a foul. Daquan hustled back to beat Mike Jones to the spot. Then when Mike Jones retreated a little bit, Daquan charged in, and it was a little bit of a touchy-feely hand check kind of a call.
They're in the double bonus now. That's the 10th team foul.
I think it's a final from Altavista. The Lady Colonels have gotten their second victory of the year, and it's a big one over a rival, the Rustburg Lady Red Devils. Pardon me, there's 3 minutes left down there, and the Lady Colonels are up 9. Oh, gosh, better knock on wood. I hope I didn't jinx the girls. 2 minutes and 31 seconds remain in the first half here. 29-22, Rustburg up 7. Mike Jones getting ready to shoot the back end of a 2-shot foul because of the double bonus situation.
Manuel McClure going at it.
That one in and out, no good. McClure just kind of one-hands a rebound with the right hand, pulls it into his chest for a little extra support. And the Colonels are going the other way in the front court, working left to right from our perspective in the road black jerseys. Nelson Dews directing traffic, points to his left, then to his right. Got a waist-high dribble with the right hand, picks it up. Two-hand pass to the free throw line to Galliard. Galliard finds McClure in the corner. Josh McClure, free ball, corner pocket is good. That brings the crowd to life from Altavista. 29-25. Colonels are cutting into the lead.
I was getting ready to make the comment that the Colonels are in their 6th quarter without a 3. Yeah, but Josh certainly just took care of that.
That's rare to see the Colonels have an outside shooting drought like that. Here's Austin Martin moving to his left, gets in the paint, pulls up for 2 from 13 feet, no good. But there's Elijah Manuel with a nice, strong offensive rebound and put back for the Red Devils. They needed that.
I don't know how Manuel got loose. Josh McClure's done a good job keeping him boxed out, but he did get away from him.
90 seconds left to play in the half.
Wow.
Nelson Dews got bumped from behind by Mike Jones. This is going to be a 1-and-1 shooting foul.
That's equally as
head scratching?
Yeah, that's I'm befuddled.
Oh, yes. 31-25. Rustburg on top with 90 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
Touch foul.
Touchy foul, that's what it was. Nelly first one off the back iron, a little bit too strong. Rebound collected by Logan Tyree. The Red Devils coming up near sideline now into the front court. Left-hand dribble. Jones went behind his back and then fell down. Daquan Poindexter didn't think he got much of him, but that's the second time Daquan has been whistled for a foul in about the last 30 seconds. Altavista fans voicing their displeasure, and Mike Jones will toe the charity stripe again for 2 more shots. Hey, real quickly, let me remind music fans again, the Sugar Daddy and the Honky Tonk Jukebox will be on after basketball. He's got a very special... As we get a visit from Clay Stanley, the principal here at Rustburg, former principal at Altavista, commenting on our broadcast quality. Was he listening to us or he's listening to a different guy?
He said you guys are awesome. Must have talked to the other radio crew.
Maybe he's talking to the team. He's talking about the Altavista Colonels team. Okay, Jones makes the back end of the 2-shot foul. As I was saying, the Honky Tonk Jukebox Elvis celebration will be on after basketball. Please stick around. It's worth it. We know you love Elvis. Who doesn't love the King?
Colonels trail by 7. 1:10 remaining here in the second quarter. 32-25.
Nelson Dews trying to diagnose this tricky 1-3-1. Up ahead to Galliard. Galliard, same play. Catches at the free throw line. Takes 2 or 3 steps to the front of the basket and then finishes off a layup. It's a carbon copy of what he's done several times tonight and did it a bunch last night en route to scoring 19.
All 3 of the night on feeds from Nelson Deuce.
That's right. Galliard got a piece of the shot from Joe Daniel and knocked it away. That brings some fire and some spirit to the Altavista bench. Colonel's basketball, last touch off Rustburg, 32-27. Red Devils up 5. 46 seconds left to play here in the first half. Nelson Deuce will jog it into the front court. Turns his body to shield Mike Jones away from the basketball. Now Nelly will back it out a little bit and take some time to study the defense. Kind of half-heartedly attacks the right wing and then backs it up, throws it left side to Malback. Back in the hands of Nelson Deuce. Nelly gets free for 3. Shot up, rattled around and in. Oh, man, it stayed up there a long time, OB. Talk about a shooter's roll.
Boy, that ball did. It went up about 4 feet, came back down, and just hung on the side of the rim before it fell.
Three-pointer from Nelson Deuce gets the Colonels within 2, 32-30. 10 seconds left to play. Jones setting up a last-second shot here. He backs out towards the right sideline. Pull up. Three-pointer, too short. Rebound is loose. Malback's got a chance from half court at the buzzer. Oh, it hit the side of the iron and nearly went in. You talk about some excitement, the energy level in the gym, all the way up to 11 now. Subway halftime show on the way when you return to 105.5 KD Country.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Man, that house salad looks good.
Dude, it's so good.
How about one bite for the road?
No.
Sharing is caring.
No. You can't have any of my salad, bro.
Wait, I got it right here.
I got $20 in a dream, yeah.
Well, that's a hit right there, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Have you looked at your business banking fees lately? I'm Sean Stone with First National Bank, and we have the best business accounts which offer serious savings for your company. We have a full menu of business products from checking accounts and remote deposit capture to online banking. And we have a local merchant card representative who will customize services just for your business. So let First National Bank prepare an analysis of your current activity and show how we will reduce your banking fees. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29 Altavista.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show gives us a chance to calm down a little bit. The heart rate got up. Oscar started perspiring a little bit. What a first half, Oscar. What a comeback, a little mini comeback from the Colonels. Rustburg was up 10 at one point. Now it's a 2-point ball
I wouldn't
game.
even say it's a mini comeback. I mean, like you said, trailing by 10, and actually Rustburg with the ball, and the Colonels able to fight back, close the gap back to 2. 17 points in that second quarter for the Colonels. So nice job by them overcoming that deficit.
It really was, and you can't fault the Red Devils too much. I don't think Brantley Shields and his guys made a whole lot of mistakes. Altavista just had some things go their way. They picked up the defensive intensity, the rebounding, finished off some shots, finally managed to cool Mike Jones down just a little bit, although, you know, Jones hit a lot of shots, Oscar, and it seems like the ones that he missed were in and out and probably should have gone down.
There were 2 or 3 three-pointers that just rattled in and out. That, like you said, looked like they were going to go down. And certainly as Jones cooled off, Joseph Daniel heated up with 8 points in that second quarter after not scoring in the first.
Yeah, Joseph Daniel really picked up, I don't want to say the slack, because it's not like Mike Jones started playing terribly. I think the Colonels, with a nice adjustment to get some different guys on him, give him some different looks. Chancellor Mormon took the reins on defense for a little while, and that certainly slowed Mike Jones down a bit.
But that's a great point, and Chancellor did come in and was able to get his hands and on a couple of passes, knocked the ball away from Mike Jones off the dribble. So, again, nice job there by Chancellor Mormon. Nice adjustment by Coach Troy Harris, putting Chancellor in on Jones.
Yeah, sure was. 32-30 here. The Rustburg Red Devils still lead. We've been talking a lot about the Colonels in this opening segment of the Subway halftime show, but believe me, the Red Devils are playing well, too. Let's step aside for another quick timeout. We'll talk about this one. We'll talk some Subway for sure, and maybe a few more shout-outs as we roll on. 32-30, Red Devils on top in a barn burner at Rustburg. Don't you go changing the dial. You got it tuned to the right place. It's 105.5 KD Country.
This broadcast is brought to you by the KD Country Sports Club.
It's Chef's Drive-In, keeping drive-ins alive with hometown pride and service.
One-stop mart where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
El Cerrito Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time.
Altavista Medical and Oncology Massage Therapy at Broad Street can relieve your pain.
Vista Food. Altavista, your hometown grocery with the freshest produce and the best meats.
McDonald's in Altavista, committed to the community and now serving breakfast all day.
KD Country Basketball Broadcast, brought to you by members of the Altavista Sports Club.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista basketball team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show back from Rustburg High School. We love coming to Rustburg. We love seeing a lot of the old faces, and it's just always a nice crowd up here when these two teams get together. A lot of connections with the proximity, and Brantley Shields always seems to have a good basketball squad.
Wow.
This year, no different.
That's no mistake. I mean, that's not by coincidence. He's as good a coach as there is in the area.
Yeah, coached and played at Avert University for a while, not too long ago. Then, of course, he was the head coach at Appomattox for 6 years. This is his 6th season at Rustburg.
Wow.
Bob made the joke in the first. Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem like that.
No,
long,
it doesn't.
Bob made the joke in the first game that, hey, does this mean you're out of here after this year? Is it only 6 years at each place? And Brantley laughed and shrugged that off. So Coach Harris, of course, in his first season, and the Colonels come in at 8-1 on the season. What you got on your mind there, Mr. Briggs? I can tell the hamster's running around the wheel upstairs.
Boy, he's almost out of gas, too. Yeah, second night in a row, we got Dave Walls here with us tonight, Channel 13. The SET. You know, we talk about friends and family, and Coach Sharness is here. He used to coach here, of course, and Clay Stanley, now the principal here, who was principal at Altavista for years. So it is fun to come here.
Sure.
Not to mention, it's been a heck of a basketball game.
Oh, right, yeah. The product on the court is more than sufficient. I mean, even if we were playing this one in Hoboken, New Jersey somewhere, it would still be worth the trip. One more mention. Well, I'll probably mention it again, but the Honky Tonk Jukebox on after us. Hope that you will stick around, basketball fans, because the Sugar Daddy, if you haven't heard him, he digs through the vinyl to play all those great songs that even we don't play that much of, and the ones that you just love and can't get enough of. And it is country music, but again, Oscar, he's playing Elvis tonight, so there's a little bit of a crossover there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
there's some rock and roll vibes in it for sure. And that's going to be a blast. Hopefully basketball fans will stick around, and hopefully we've made some more basketball fans from the Honky Tonk Jukebox fans. Halftime scoring numbers, you ready? Yeah, I love how you get them ready early. Bob, no offense, Bob, but Bob gets the halftime scoring when the fourth quarter starts. It takes him a while to tally up all his shorthand and chicken scratch and all that.
Yeah, he's got some additional stats that I don't have, but we'll go down for the Colonels. Nelson Dews with 5, Mateo Malback with 5, Daquan Poindexter with 2, Lawrence Galliard with 8, Josh McClure leads the Colonels with 10. For Rustburg Red Devils, Mike Jones leads with 12, Elijah Manuel with 6, Joseph Daniel with 8, Logan Tyree, Dante Jones, and Austin Martin all with 2 points. 32-30 is our halftime score here as we wind down to under a minute here left at halftime.
Subway post. I screwed it up. I said pregame, then I said postgame, and now I'm going to say the right thing. It's the Subway halftime show, folks. My apologies there. 32-30. Red Devils lead by 2 on the Subway halftime show. And let me also say, you can make any 6-inch sub a deluxe for just 50 cents more. It's 50% more meat for just 50 cents. You took advantage of that option today, didn't you, Mr.
I absolutely did.
You
can't go wrong with the deluxe.
You one of those meatitarians?
I went with the 6-inch too. I'm watching my weight.
I'm going to try that. Well, Friday is probably going to be Flat Teaser Friday for me, but we'll see. That's subject to change. It is a final from Altavista. The Lady Colonels get a very nice win tonight over the Rustburg Red Devils. Lady Red Devils 52-39. Hopefully all you Lady Colonel and Lady Red Devil fans are tuned in right now to us. Glad to have you joining the party. Hopefully some more shout-outs to send along, and a big shout-out to Ty Gafford and Dave Mabry for keeping me in the loop and updated.
Ty Gafford back from an extended little vacation out in San Diego area playing a little golf out there.
Yeah, I thought it was Rancho Cucamonga. It wasn't. It was La Quinta, California. He had a nice time out there, I know, and he said he played golf just about every day. Got to refresh and recharge the batteries. Hopefully the Colonels' defense is recharged. They're going to need some big-time stops. Mike Jones with the basketball, hands off to Logan Tyree. Now back to Jones. Jones throws it to the right elbow to, that was Terrell Cook, pardon me. Starters back on the court for Rustburg. Altavista with a little bit of a change. We'll get to in a moment. Jones, floater from 5 feet away is good, and that is crafty right there, Oscar.
Boy, he is so versatile.
He's
got it all.
He does. He just floated a teardrop over top of the Colonel defense. Rustburg extends the lead. They're up 4 now. Nelson Dews tried to catch a basketball 17 feet away from the hoop and was bumped by Terrell Cook.
Colonel's showing a lot of patience against this 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, they have.
Didn't get flustered when they got down by 10. Stepped up the defense a little bit.
I agree. The shot selection has been very good. There's been a few shots that, weren't the best, but overall they have been patient. They've looked for the openings, tried to find the gaps, whatever gaps are in that 1-3-1 zone. McClure catches left corner, couple dribbles. Nice up and under lay-in finish, won't fall. Rebounded by Terrell Cook, and the Red Devils are going the other way with 7 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Here's Joseph Daniel on the far sideline, now backs out towards the midcourt stripe. Picks up the dribble, cross-court, fires to Logan Tyree. Hand off to Mike Jones. Jones in the headband trying to shake Chancellor Mormon loose. Good job by Mormon to keep him in front. Tyree steps into a 3, no good. Rebound by Elijah Manuel. His putback attempt was way too strong. There's Terrell Cook going to try. That's no good. McClure just battling down there for it. Gets on the ground, grabs the basketball, rolls over. They call the jump ball tie-up finally. McClure was trying to fend off both Cook and Manuel down low.
And they were pounding the offensive boards hard. McClure, great job to come out with that jump ball situation.
Nice first half by Josh McClure. Played hard, active, defense, rebounding, and points all the way around. 34-30. Colonels looking to cut into the 4-point deficit here in the front court, working right to left this half. Pass stolen away by Mike Jones. He is so quick, going up the far sideline. Couldn't finish the lay-in, though. Malback got back to Hasselin. Now it's back in the hands of Jones. He'll back it out. Right wing. Dives in. Another floater up and in. Kind of a scoop layup. Falls down. Such great touch. Such quickness. Nearly impossible to stop is Agent Zero, Mike Jones.
Will we see a better ball player than Mike Jones this year?
I don't know. I'll keep my eyes peeled, but I just don't know. Galliard has it at the left elbow. Now bounces back to Nelson Dews. Dews behind the back dribble, looking for somewhere to go. Stolen away by Mike Jones. Jones is incredible right now. Long lead pass up ahead to Joe Daniel. Red Devils lead by 6. Logan Tyree catches on the left wing. Now strides inside, blocked away by McClure. Nice job by Josh McClure to gather on the baseline. Here comes Malback up the far sideline. 5:35 left to play in the third. Mateo, pull-up jumper, too strong. Rebound is loose. Manuel and Nelson Dews battling for it. Now Lawrence Galliard in on the act. Oh, they're going to whistle Lawrence Galliard for a foul. They let him scrap and play for a little while, and then it looked like once Lawrence reached over top of the shoulder, they called the foul.
Yeah, no matter how much ball you get, if you reach over a player, you're gonna in high school, you're gonna get a foul call.
Yeah, I think that was the key there. 36-30. Red Devils lead by 6. Chancellor Mormon in the basketball game, keeping a close eye on number 0, Mike Jones. Cameron Hughes, number 1, is in the game for his first action for the Altavista Colonels. Man-to-man defense for Altavista.
Short blow here for Galliard, I'm sure.
Jones, 3, book it. Wow. Mormon was blanketing him. Jones just found a little bit of room and drops in the three-pointer. It's a 9-point lead again for Rustburg. They've been up as much 10. Nelson Dews, step back 3, side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Joseph Daniel. Cameron Hughes thought he got fouled. He's going to retreat and play defense.
Colonel's got to be very careful here.
Yeah, don't want to get this into double digits. Nelson Dews trying for a steal. He does have it. Looking for some help. Oh, Nelly got hit hard around the shoulder and chin area. Nelson Dews is going to head to the free throw line.
They're going to talk about this and see if it was intentional or not.
Yep. Yeah, the officials decide no, it wasn't. They did have a little brief discussion.
I like the fact that they got together to discuss it.
Agreed. 39-30. Rustburg leads by 9. 4:39 left to play in the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by English's, your complete home center, and your headquarters, for Carhartt gear for men. A really good selection of Carhartt stuff. You'll need it when it's cold outside, folks. Nelson misses the first free throw. Some encouragement from the teammates and the fans. Colonels in the road black jerseys working right to left this half. That time Nelson hit the front of the iron and somehow had top spin to fall in and go down.
Unusual roll.
Sure was. 39-31. Red Devils up by 8. Full court pressure. Nelson Dews all over Joseph Daniel. Daniel spin move to break the timeline. Nelly bumped him a little bit. No whistle. They're letting him play now. Now then they call the hand check on Chancellor Mormon. Just sort of got into the hip of Mike Jones there as Jones was trying to go by to the bucket.
Even with that, Jones' finish on that play was pretty incredible.
Bucket doesn't count because it was an on-the-floor foul, but you're right. It was pretty incredible stuff. Red Devils working left to right, south to north from our perspective, courtside here at Rustburg High School. Elijah Manuel has to catch at the high post, and then a kick ball is called as it goes out of bounds and ends up in the hands of assistant football coach Greg Mullins. 4:14 left to play in the third quarter. Red Devils lead by 8. Catch and shoot two-pointer for Mike Jones. Doesn't fall, but he's bumped to the deck by Chancellor Mormon. Mormon can't believe it. Referees can sure believe it. They're going to send Mike Jones to the charity stripe to shoot 2.
Coach Harris takes the opportunity to call ball back Mormon and Dews over. Nice job of coaching here.
Coach Harris used the man-to-man defense exclusively last night. I think it's been man-to-man all night tonight.
It has.
Be interesting to see if maybe he wants to go to his own defense, but maybe he feels like that would give Mike Jones even more room. I don't know. And make no mistake about it, basketball fans, this is not a one-trick pony here for Rustburg. They've got a bunch of great players. It's not just Mike Jones, but Mike Jones really showing us how talented he is so far tonight.
Right now in this quarter, 9-1, Mike Jones over the Colonels.
41-31. Red Devils back up 10. This equals their biggest lead of the game. McClure tried to catch just beyond the free throw line and was bumped in the backside by Terrell Cook, the sophomore. That's a foul.
As it got a little chippy in the second quarter, the officials are calling this a little closer. 3 fouls on both teams so far with only 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. So we may see some free throws here coming down the line.
Yep, we're exactly midway through the third quarter. McClure leans, fires to the hoop. It won't go. Manuel was really bottled up, but somehow found a way to get out of there with it. Mike Jones had to recapture the basketball after Malback poked it away. Here's a whistle against
There's something on the court.
Yep. Referee Greg Howard is going to go pick up something. It's somebody's wristband, or maybe it's...
I think it's the glasses band from
Joseph Daniel. Yep. The glasses stayed on the whole time for Joe Daniel, but the band came off, and with pretty keen eyes there by Greg Howard to spot that.
That's right.
I thought there was a foul away from the ball.
I'll tell you that Mike Jones had a breakaway one-on-one with Malbeck, and he was coming full steam at Mateo. Mateo did a nice job of fending him off and not letting him get to the hoop.
Absolutely.
Look at Manuel and McClure.
And didn't commit the foul either.
Right.
Yeah, Elijah Manuel and Josh McClure battling in the high post right now. Those are two strong guys. You don't want to get in between those two. There's a foul by Cameron Hughes as Dante Jones was catching along the right baseline.
And this certainly, as you see, Josh, where the weight room from football will pay off and pay dividends. Manuel, very well-built kid. They're leaning on each other pretty hard.
Yes, they are. Tyree looking for somewhere to go. Used up about 4 seconds of the count to get it in, and Cameron Hughes gets the steal with a little help from Josh McClure. Colonels quickly into the front court. Nelson Dew, shake and bake move, now behind the back dribble. Trying to attack the baseline, but he's cut off now. Double team, needs some help. Gets it to Mateo Malbeck. Good ball moving here. McClure, NBA range 3, a little bit too strong. Nelly hit the deck as he was sort of shoved away, and Joe Daniel came away with the rebound for the Rustburg Red Devils. Full court pressure from the Colonels. They turned up the heat, but the Red Devils broke it. Chancellor Mormon tried to take a charge, and they whistled
They got
for a
that right.
blocking
They
foul.
got it right. Some disagreement from the Colonels fans, but Chancellor was in position, but Jones made a move to avoid him, and Chancellor leaned on him. So they got that right.
Mike Jones to a familiar location, the free throw line with 3 minutes left to play in the third. It's a 10-point Rustburg advantage. Shout out to the Lady Colonels basketball team. They got a nice win, 52-39 over Rustburg in Altavista earlier tonight. Shout out to Honky Tonk Jukebox fans. Glad you're sticking around and waiting for the Elvis special to come on after us. 42-31, Jones sinks the first freebie. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. It's the Altavista Colonels and the Rustburg Red Devils in what has been a very good ball game. Rustburg has earned every bit of this 11-point advantage that they have right now. But trust me, this one is far from over. Jones missed woefully short on that one. Barely drew any iron. Rustburg somehow manages an offensive rebound. They let Dante Jones get free. Can't finish the first try. He grabs his own rebound and sticks it back in. Coach Troy Harris not particularly pleased, and he wants a timeout. Rustburg leading by 13 all of a sudden. 2:49 left to play in the third on 105.5 KD Country.
Hello, this is Jerry Motley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Red Devils lead 44-31. A very, very special shout out right here, Mr. Briggs, the brother of Josh McClure and former Colonel basketball great Jake the Snake McClure. Turning up and tuning in,
That's
possibly.
right.
That's the new one. He's
right.
turning up and tuning in down at Camp Lejeune there, working hard to serve his country.
Absolutely.
And still able to hear basketball.
Well,
It's
that's
fantastic.
right. And
isn't it?
we certainly appreciate your service, Jake. And love seeing you when you come back. And
yeah,
boy, he was an all-time hustle player.
Oh man, in the first state championship, the first of 3, he made it. Bunch of big plays down the stretch in the playoffs there for the Colonels his senior year. Great stuff. Colonels are in trouble right here. Malbeck double teamed. He's got to get it to Jamal Thornhill. Thornhill shot rejected out of bounds into the second row. Jake McClure gave us a great compliment. He said he felt like he was here. You could surely hear the Rustburg crowd.
Colonels with only 1 point here in this quarter.
Man, Red Devils have really done a nice job. They've controlled the action, the energy, and the intensity.
That's a walk.
Looked like Tyree might have dragged his foot a little bit as he got double teamed. Cameron Hughes, active defense out there on the perimeter. Oh, man, look at the ball movement. Logan Tyree ends up with it. It touched about 4 Red Devils in the span of a second and a half. so quick I couldn't even describe it, but the basket comes at the hands of Logan Tyree. 46-31. Man, Red Devils are up 15 all of a sudden. McClure cut off in the corner in front of us, looking for some room, uses the shoulders and the elbows to find a bit. Malback, two-handed pass along the baseline, right corner, Hughes for three. Hit the iron, wouldn't go in. McClure on a rebound. He's fouled on the floor, but yep, Joseph Daniel. It's a little too much contact. 1:44 left to play in the third. It's a 15-point Rustburg advantage. On the court right now for the Altavista Colonels, Cameron Hughes, who will inbound. He's joined by McClure, Malback, Dews, and Thornhill. Bounce pass to Nelson Dews. Now he catches, one-hands it softly to the side of the rim, and it falls in. Much-needed points for the Altavista Colonels.
Yeah, it's off that inbounds play. Colonel's been very successful with that this year.
They sure have scored a lot on the inbounds plays, haven't they? Good job by Coach Troy Harris to draw up some good ones, or at least borrow some good ones. Up and under, scoop layup won't fall for Jones, and then Cameron Hughes blocked a second chance try. They are draped all over Nelson Dews, and no call. And Mike Jones with a nice play to throw it off of Nelson Dews. Now the officials are going to get together and talk about it. They're going to say it's
That's
last
a great
touch
job
off.
of officiating. That's
It
a
really
great
is.
job of officiating.
It really is. One official came over from the far sideline to tell the guy along the baseline, hey, I think the ball was actually off of Jones, and they got it right. Now Troy Harris being instructed to stay closer to his bench.
Well, and he was within the confines of the bench, so I don't know exactly what the call was, why he's giving him something.
Now Coach Harris going to take a seat and I think cool himself off.
Discretion, the better part of valor there.
Mateo Malback lost the ball driving to the hoop. I think Coach Harris was indicating that maybe that ball was last touch off Rustburg. But either way, this is Red Devil basketball. Got to go the full length of the court, 94 feet to score. 1:10 left to play in the third quarter. They lead by 13. Thornhill guarding Mike Jones. Down in the defensive stance, Jones gets into a low crouch and a knee-high dribble to protect the basketball. He'll use a screen moving to his right. Pull up, fade away, long two is good. Mike Jones is doing a number out there, folks. He's got every move in the book. He's quick. He's got a fantastic jump shot and an unbelievable defender, too. 48-33. Red Devils back up 15. Nelson Dews attacking the defense. Thornhill will try for three. No good. Loose ball poked around. Saved in by Malback, and he had a foot on the sideline as he tried to keep it out of the stands.
Jamal Thornhill has taken more three-pointers tonight than Nelson Dews has. And that's not a recipe for a victory for the Cardinals.
Well, Jamal Thornhill in just his second game of the season. Certainly a capable shooter, but I agree with you. Probably hasn't quite found the jump shooting touch just yet. We'll see what happens as the game goes on. Jacob Adams in the ball game now. He'll take a turn guarding Mike Jones. I like the strategy from Coach Harris. Run a bunch of different guys
Well, you
at him,
have
but
to.
you got to keep fresh bodies coming at him. Daniel will set a screen for Jones. Jacob Adams poked it away, pardon me. Somehow it's in the hands of Logan Tyree. He lost it. Now it's McClure. McClure is fouled by Tyree as he tried to get it back. Good defensive stand there by Jacob Adams, the sophomore, to use the long arms, get the hands in there, and bat the basketball away from Mike Jones.
10 seconds. That's the 15th foul on Rustburg. Altavista was 6. Excuse me, that's the 5th on Rustburg. Altavista was 6. So the next one from on Altavista, we'll see 1-1. We'll see a ton of free throws in the fourth quarter.
Yep, down to 5 seconds. Nelson Dews sees the clock. NBA range three from Nelly. Hit the iron, no good. Rebounded by Mike Jones. He tried to throw it to the basket with one hand, but it wasn't close. Red Devils, what a great third quarter. They lead by 15. This ball game not over yet. 8 more minutes of regulation when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
The Rustburg Red Devils led by 2 at the end of halftime. At the end of the third quarter, they lead by 15. It was a steady diet of Mike Jones, and he's got a great supporting cast around him, Oscar Briggs. Nice third quarter from the Red Devils.
Boy, he had 12 at the half. He had 12 in that quarter, Kyle. Altavista with only 3 points in that quarter, all by Nelson Dews. And if you score, you're held to 3 points against this Rustburg team. You've got a tall order to overcome that deficit.
We've been talking about how successful Rustburg has been on offense, but make no mistake about it, the Red Devils are a great defensive unit,
Absolutely.
too. And Mike Jones is at the forefront of that class as well. He is so quick. He's grabbed a lot of steals. Daquan Poindexter going to guard Mike Jones as Jones side saddles it into the front court. Rustburg basketball working left to right from our perspective with a 15-point lead. Just over 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the ball game. This is Tyler Hendricks in the game. He hasn't seen a whole lot of action. Up and under lay-in from Deontay Jackson won't go. It was partially altered by McClure, who grabbed the rebound. Sends it far sideline to Mateo Malback. Now it's back in the hands of Josh McClure. McClure, left-hand dribble, bodied by Joseph Daniel. And that's a foul. They'll stop play with 7:27 left to play in the English is your complete home center fourth quarter.
Next foul on both teams will put the other team in 1-1. Timeout on the floor.
Red Devils want to take a 30-second timeout. Let's take it with them. They lead by 15, 7:27 left to play in the ball game on 105.5 KD Country.
Start your business on a winning note with an Altavista revolving loan. It's an opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Connect with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis II at Altavista Town Hall. Make your move today. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
These next 2 or 3 minutes here in this fourth quarter, Oscar, are going to be really critical. If the Colonels can get the deficit back down to single digits, they've got a chance. If Rustburg stretches the lead out, it might be over.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I think by the 5-minute mark, you got to be in single digits.
It's a 15-point Red Devil lead right now. Oh, McClure missed the three-pointer, but there's Daquan Poindexter to catch the air ball and dump it in for two.
That was a pass.
That was a pass. I'm going to put it as an assist in the scorebook. Oh, swatted away by Mateo Malback. He rose up and blocked Terrell Cook. Cook never saw him coming. Malback skied the ladder to swat the ball into the Rustburg bench. That brings a nice applause from the Altavista crowd. 48-35. Red Devils on top by 13.
Yeah, you love the effort. You're still trailing by 13.
Yeah, maybe it's something to get the Colonels
no,
going.
I totally agree from the player perspective.
Sometimes you only need one play to get you going, too.
From the fan perspective,
Elijah Manuel just hands it off to Mike Jones. Jones, crossover dribble, alternating right and left, got by Daquan Poindexter, and Poindexter bumped him with the body and whistled him for a foul.
1-1.
This is a 1-1 shot. Now it's time for another shout-out. Let's say hello to the very, very talented guard for the Lady Colonels, Victoria Burgess. Congratulations on the win. Don't know who else from the Lady Colonels is listening. Probably Erica Mabry and some of that gang tuned in. Maybe the talented Kraft sisters. Free throw no good from Mike Jones. That's rare. Lead stays at 13 for the Red Devils. McClure dicing through the defense.
Wow.
Shot won't go. Galliard came from nowhere. Where did he come from to tip that ball in with the right hand? Good point right there from Lawrence Galliard. 2 points, pardon me. 48-37.
Backcourt violation.
Yep.
Colonel's a little push here.
Rustburg ended up actually throwing it away, but it would have been a backcourt violation.
Right.
And you're right. Altavista, maybe with a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a surge here. See if they can seize the momentum. 48-37. Colonels still trail by 11. McClure running the baseline, trying to get open. Malback just studying the defense. No dribble. Now sends it right side to Poindexter. Poindexter, waist-high dribble, picks it up. He's cut off. Still the extended 1-3-1 zone defense from Rustburg. Pretty tough to diagnose. Nelson, off-bounce three, won't fall. One bounce rebound ends up in the hands of Terrell Cook, and the Red Devils are on the attack again. Mike Jones will just jog it into the front court. Crossover dribble, shake and bake move. Man, he can break your ankles and make you feel very bad quickly.
Boy, it's like a video game. He
Yes,
can't
it is.
absolutely break.
He's got a turbo button, too. Jones hits the deck trying to score the basket. And he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot two with 5:52 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Jones 5 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
So percentage maybe not quite as high as I gave him credit for. This is number 0, the fantastic, speedy, always ready, always capable Mike Jones. Does deposit the first free throw. Ups the Rustburg lead back up to 12. 5:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by English's, your complete home center, and your headquarters for Carhartt clothing for men. Jones makes both. Colonels again, possibly in dire straits. Brittany Mason, the amazing volleyball player and basketball player and hopefully softball player for the Lady Colonels, tuned in with Vic. Nice move by Daquan Poindexter. In the midst of the shout-out, Daquan Poindexter's not listening, and there's a steal by Malbeck. Here comes Mateo Malbeck, dicing to the defense. High pass to Nelson Deuce.
Nice.
Nelly finishes for 2. Colonels have cut the deficit to 9.
Well, we said we thought we could get them to the 5-minute mark and be under in single digits. That's where they are.
And they got it. They're down 9. Timeout on the court. This is a 30-second timeout. Let's just keep it right here for right now. He is the Agent 0 that we know and love, Oscar Briggs. There's another Agent 0, number 0, Mike Jones, doing a number out there. You'll give him the nickname?
You can call me the Big O. I'll defer to Agent 0 tonight.
Well, I call you the excitable boy as well, and let's just hope you don't need lawyers, guns, and money, and you don't see any werewolves in London out there, too. Boy, it's a Warren Zevon shout-out.
That's right.
Of course, he's not listening, but he's alive in our hearts, just like Elvis is alive in your hearts, and you can hear him on the Honky Tonk Jukebox right after we get done with basketball. All right, timeout is done. Colonels trail by 9. 5:26 left to play in the ball game.
Starting to see a trend with this Colonels team, and I really like it. When they get down, they really don't get that flustered. They stay at task, continue to play defense.
Yeah, they're a positive team. You're right. When they get down, they just put their nose to the grindstone and lace up the chin strap a little bit tighter and just keep coming after.
That's right.
They do trail by 9, though. Rustburg on top, trying to milk a little bit of clock, it looks like, with some passing around the perimeter. Mike Jones will use a chest-high dribble and now dump it off to Elijah Manuel. He hands it right back to Jones on the right wing, back to Manuel. Nice two-man game. That shot rejected out of bounds. A combo of McClure and Galliard again on the defensive side.
Yeah, Daquan Poindexter in the area as well.
Red Devil basketball with 4:53 left to play in the fourth. They get it into Joe Daniel. Daniel, left-hand dribble, shields his body away from Nelson Dews. Now it's in the corner to Dante Jones. Up top on the right wing, it goes to Elijah Manuel. He hands it off to Mike Jones as Jones comes to give him some help. Here comes the two-man game again. They throw it into Manuel. He hands off to Jones. Jones scoop layup. Offensive foul. That's Lawrence Galliard taking the charge. What a heady play, because normally you'd expect Lawrence to try and go for the block. This time he just plants the feet on the hardwood and takes the contact with Jones.
And Jones went to the left-hand side, tried to scoop it up to the right-hand side and go off the glass with some English. Great job by Galliard. Oh.
Colonels with a bit of a miscue there. Lost the basketball. Up ahead, Jones gets by Malbeck. That layup is good. That did hurt. Just a kind of a blunder there.
Unforced error.
Scoreboard hadn't changed yet, but it's definitely 52-41. Red Devils on top again by 11. We're almost halfway through the fourth quarter. Nelson Dews eyes the rim for 3. It won't go in. It's out of bounds on an air ball. Nelson not having his best shooting night tonight. Let's see if he can find a way to make up for it. He's played pretty well. Just hadn't knocked down any long-range shots. Nelson Dews, full court pressure, man-to-man defense. He's all over Joseph Daniel like a cheap suit. 52-41. Colonels trail by 11. Under 4 minutes to play now in the fourth quarter. Jones just holds the basketball. Guarded tightly by Daquan Poindexter. Crossover dribble, now behind the back. Jones has got that basketball on a yo-yo. Daniel slipped and fell down. They're going to whistle Nelson Dews for the foul.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Daniel slipped and fell down.
Nelly shaking his head in disgust. Can't believe it. Joseph Daniel moseys his way over to the charity stripe to shoot a 1-and-1. 19th foul on the Altavista Colonels. Next one will put Rustburg in a double bonus. Daniels, sinks the first free throw. 3:42 left to play in the ball game. Red Devils lead by 12. This has been a doozy. Rustburg led by 2 at halftime. led by 10 at one point in the second quarter. It's been very close all game long.
Led by 15 at one point in the fourth.
Malbeck will bring it up the right sideline. Now he'll angle to his left, middle of the court. Nelson Dews thinks about a three. It's over to McClure. McClure dribbled it off his own leg, got it back. Leans in for two, and it's good. Josh McClure from just outside the lane, 7 feet away. Troy Harris wants a timeout. Let's take it with him. Colonels trail by 10. 3.5 minutes left to play in the ball game on 105.5 KD Country.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family, see your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
I am Kyle Haney. He is the big O, Oscar Briggs. We are at Rustburg High School, and we're having the time of our lives with these fantastic basketball teams right here, the Rustburg Red Devils and the Altavista Colonels. Red Devils lead by 10. They got to work hard to get it in bounds after the timeout from the Altavista Colonels. Now they're into the front court. Mike Jones, one-hand bounce pass to Elijah Manuel. That shot rejected. Yep, McClure's got the loose ball. He'll bring it up just left of center. Now that's poked away. Jones tried to grab the loose ball as it went out of bounds, and his shoulder was touching the sideline. Good call by the official.
Nice hustle by Mike on that play, though.
Daquan Poindexter will inbound right beside Coach Harris. Throws it in to Mateo Malbeck near the half-court stripe. 3:10 left to play in the ball game. Colonel's not out of this yet, but they're going to have to play pretty good to erase this 10-point deficit. McClure picks up the dribble, cut off along the left baseline. There's a long pass from Malbeck that's intercepted behind the backboard. Red Devils are on the attack again up the far sideline. Joe Daniel will slow it down now. He hasn't broken the timeline just yet. Now he'll walk it across. 7:47 left. 2:47, pardon me. Living in the past. There's 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the ball game now. Mike Jones dribbles, right hand. He'll pull back for two. Shot won't fall. There's a rebound from Terrell Cook. That won't go. Josh McClure with another nice rebound. Kicks ahead to Mateo Malbeck. Coach Harris wants some urgency from his team. Needs them to hurry up here with 2.5 left to play and trailing by 10. Nelly, nice no-look shovel pass to Galliard. Galliard can't finish from the left side. Man, Lawrence would love to have that one back. Red Devils in trouble momentarily, but Mike Jones throws an overhead pass up ahead the sideline to Joe Daniel. Timeout on the court. Brantley Shields and the Rustburg Red Devils will talk it over. We'll talk it over too. 2:08 left to play in the ball game. 53-43. Rustburg on top on 105.5 KD Country.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Altavista. El Cazador is now open all afternoons, so you can buy anytime, any day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Altavista. El Cazador thanks you for your business and making them the #1 Mexican restaurant in town.
Your home for Colonel Sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
We return to Rustburg High School. Red Devils sporting the 10-point lead. The Honky Tonk Jukebox on right after this. Victoria Burgess thought the name Honky Tonk Jukebox was pretty funny. I actually told his sugar daddy, what do you think about Honky Tonk Time Machine? Because he kind of plays some old songs. He said, well, I'm going to play new songs too, so I don't want to go that route. Anyway, we digress. Back to basketball here. What do the Colonels have to do here in this last 2:08, Oscar?
Boy, they've got to defend, and they've got to find somebody that can put the ball in the hole. Got 5 Colonels that scored here. 4 Colonels that scored here in the fourth quarter, but they've got to find somebody who can finish.
Need a stop or a takeaway as Rustburg has the basketball. Jones lowers the shoulder to get by Daquan Poindexter, and he's fouled.
That might be it.
Yeah, I think that's 5 on Daquan Poindexter. He untucks the jersey and makes the long walk back to the bench. Cameron Hughes will go to the scorer's table and check in for Daquan Poindexter. 2:01 left to play now in the game. Red Devils lead by 10. Yeah, they got to find a way to get some buckets. You're right in this last 2 minutes, OB, and I think some of them have got to come from long distance. I mean, you got to have a three-pointer in there at some point, I think, and and possibly more than one three-pointer.
Yep.
Need to erase 10 points in 2 minutes.
And Rustburg's going to have to continue to miss free throws. They are in the double bonus.
Yep. Of course, the other way, you can get the old school three-pointer. You can get a two-pointer and get fouled and then cash in the free throw. That free throw converted by Mike Jones, made 1 of 2 that trip. Red Devils lead by 11. Here's Galliard at the free throw line. Back out to Malback between the circles. Right wing to Cameron Hughes. Hughes driving under the hoop, bad angle. Couldn't even get it to the rim. Rebounded by Cook. Red Devils have cleared another one. Another one and done from the Altavista Colonels.
That's not the shot Troy Harris wanted.
I like the aggressiveness from Cameron Hughes, but he just got stuck behind the backboard and really had no way to get it to the rim. Colonels trying to double team now. Maybe possibly thinking about an intentional foul. 1:29 left to play in the ball game. That might have been an intentional foul right there to stop the clock. Nelly just reached in and put the arm on Joe Daniel. Some Altavista fans starting to make their way to the exit. I don't know if it's quite time for that yet, but the Colonels have got to get a score on the next possession. Daniel, nothing but net on the first free throw. 1:29 left to play in the contest. 55-43. Red Devils on top by 12. They're up 13 now as Daniel slams that one in. Led by 2 at halftime. They've been up as much as 15. Speaking of the Rustburg Red Devils there. Zone defense again from Rustburg. Looks like the 1-3-1. Nelson Dews looking for somewhere to go with it. Right-hand dribble. Now it's a chest pass to Mateo Malback on the right sideline. He throws it cross court. McClure wants to try a long three. Good. Nothing but nylon there from Josh McClure. NBA range. That makes it a 10-point deficit. 63 seconds left in the ball game. See if the Colonels foul here. I would think so. Malback's just going to try and get a steal. There's a double team. Dews and Malback couldn't get it away from Joe Daniel. Nelly steps up, puts both hands on Joe Daniel. No call.
Cameron Hughes has got to find a way to make a foul. I mean, he's
15 seconds have gone by. We're down to 45 seconds left to play in the game. Rustburg just playing keep away at the moment. Double team again. Nelson Dews and Galliard trying to team it up. Now they hand off to Mike Jones. Red Devils really just taking the air out of the ball, trying to play keep away. I think Coach Harris is just going to be resigned to let this one slide away. I think he feels like maybe fouling wouldn't even, well, Red Devils have thrown it away into the back wall that divides the main gym from the auxiliary gym. And it'll be Colonel basketball, but Rustburg managed to run off a full 45 seconds of clock, Oscar.
Yeah, Coach Harris must have, I don't know.
Nelson Dews, he'll pull up from the right wing. 3 ball on the way, too strong. Rebound almost saved in by Josh McClure as he bangs into the back wall. It's a 10-point deficit for Altavista with 13 seconds left. Rustburg's going to win this ball game. Just a question about how much. They bounce it into Nelson Dews. Nelly lost it on the way up and then lost it trying to get it back. 10 seconds in the ball game now. This is going to be a nice, well-deserved win by the Rustburg Red Devils. Their crowd starts to come alive. The student section has been on their feet all game, and now some other fans rising to their feet.
And it certainly doesn't make it any easier for the Colonels. This is a very good AAA ball club here. Colonels have nothing to hang your head about.
Listen to the crowd come alive. A rare amount of volume and energy in a regular season game. That's how you know how much it meant to the Red Devils to win this one. 56-46. The final horn sounds. We're headed to the Subway postgame show right after this on 105.5 KD Country.
You're listening to Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country, WKDE, Altavista, Lynchburg.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Hey guys, this is Terrell Sam with Best Bet Motorcycles. We started business over 5 years ago with only 10 vehicles and a simple concept to help people out that had less than perfect credit and give them good quality cars. Over the years, we evolved into 2 lots in Central Virginia with over 60 cars in inventory, and we do all types of budget, all types of credit. So remember, if your credit's less than perfect, give us a call here at Best Bet Motor Sales. All cars come with a 90-day, 5,000-mile warranty with the Best Spec Back Guarantee. So for a fun, stress-free buying experience, give us a call. Best Bet Motor Sales, Route 29 South.
It's a good show, man.
Man, that was awesome.
Loud crowd. Whoop. House salad time.
I'll bring it on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to have to do the encore tonight, buddy.
No, they want to see your face.
Go chant your name.
Not it, man. They're saying Brett.
Well, I'm taking this with me.
No. I'll hold it for you.
Seriously, don't touch my salad.
Time for my encore now, son.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show arrives and it finds the Rustburg Red Devils a winner, 56-46. Appreciate you sticking around, or maybe you're jumping in your car heading home from the ball game. Nice to have some new ears to listen to us. I am Kyle Haney, and he is Big O, Oscar Briggs. We'll break down how everything happened right after this. Rustburg gets a 10-point win in a hard-fought game against the Altavista Colonels. Colonels fall to 8-2. Rustburg improves to 11-1. More of the Subway postgame show right after this on 105.5 KD Country.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellers Chevrolet. The competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Installing atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29 Altavista.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista basketball team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show returns to 105.5 KD Country. Glad you've stuck around and joined us. Red Devils get the win, 56-46. Oscar, it was back and forth to start things. Red Devils led by 10 at one point in the second quarter. Altavista with a nice little spurt there in the second half of that second quarter to trim the deficit. It was 32-30 at halftime, and then the Red Devils really pulled away. Altavista had a couple sequences there where it looked like they were going to get back in it, but just never could.
That third quarter, 16-3, you get outscored by 13, and that was the difference. The Colonels just couldn't overcome that deficit. Fought back to within 9, and just couldn't get over that hill.
Mike Jones, let's talk about Mike Jones again, this outstanding senior guard for the Rustburg Red Devils. You said, are we going to see a more complete, a better individual player than Mike Jones all year? You gotta think about a guy like Matt Page from Appomattox, who we're going to see in a couple days. We know he's an outstanding player, and certainly there are other guys as well. Take your pick. Dan Rivers got 6 or 7 of them on the roster. But let me say this: Mike Jones takes a back seat to nobody.
Yeah.
I would put him up there with anybody in the area. He's a 6'1" guard. He is quick. He's got a smooth jump shot. And works hard on the defensive end, too. You know, sometimes those great scorers, they take some plays off on defense. He does not. I mean, he is all over you from the opening tip to the final horn. Mike Jones is a fantastic ball player.
Yeah, he's complete. I mean, shooting free throws, defensively, the speed, his hops. I don't know if you saw him in warm-ups or not. He was absolutely doing some impressive dunks. Fun to watch.
Colonels ran a lot of different guys at him. Let's talk about things from an Altavista perspective here before we take another break. We'll come back with some stats and, of course, the Radio Shack player of the game. But very quickly, I don't think this loss is a killer for the Altavista Colonels. I think they can learn a lot from this. Playing on back-to-back nights is never easy. They had to use up a lot of energy last night to get a 1-point win down in Chatham. Obviously, they knew Rustburg was gunning for them. They knew they had the bullseye. They performed very well a lot of this ball game. Couldn't get a ton of shots to fall, but I don't think the Colonels have anything to hang their head about whatsoever.
No, I totally agree. With the exception of that one quarter, they played with them, exposed some things that the Colonels need to work on. But hey, again, we mentioned this is now an 11-1 Rustburg team that is a very good AAA school. So.
Oh yeah, Rustburg, the real deal for sure. The Colonels, I think, can take a lot more positives away from this than negatives. They're going to have a day of practice tomorrow to get prepared for another team that's the real deal, the Appomattox Raiders. Let's step aside for a quick timeout on the Subway post-game show. Maybe we'll touch on Appomattox again. We'll give you the final numbers. Of course, the Radio Shack player of the game. And then it's on to hear some great Elvis music on the Honky Tonk Jukebox. Rustburg wins this one by 10, 56-46. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Hello, this is Jerry Motley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road. KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
Some people have never tried food at a Mexican restaurant. So we asked Chad Shelton from Shelton's Plumbing and Heating about his experience.
I wasn't so sure what the green stuff was, but they slipped some on my plate one day, and now I won't have a meal without guacamole. Still can't spell it.
At El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, if you have questions, they give you the answers in English. Mexican and American foods, affordable prices, and fast service. Try it today, El Cazador, Main Street, Altavista.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show returns for the final segment here. Red Devils a winner by 10. Oscar Briggs is going to run down the post-game stats. I promise the Honky Tonk Jukebox will be on in 5 minutes or less.
Awesome.
Go, Mr. Briggs.
For Altavista, Nelson Dews with 10, Mateo Malbeck with 5, Daquan Poindexter with 4, Lawrence Galliard with 10, and he was saddled with some foul trouble tonight. Didn't see a lot of action in the second half. Josh McClure rounds out the scoring and led the Colonels tonight with 17. For Rustburg, guess what? Mike Jones with 29, Elijah Manuel with 6, Joseph Daniel with 11, Logan Tyree with 4, Dante Jones with 4, Austin Martin with 2, 56-46 for Rustburg tonight.
Nice win for the Red Devils. A really good win. They beat a quality opponent, the Altavista Colonels. They beat the only team that's beaten them this year, so they avenged their lone loss. Before we get to our player of the games, let me tell you about always our player of the game, our sound engineer, Eleanor Haney, getting it done. The coffee from Subway helped. Yes, they have fantastic gourmet coffee at Subway in Altavista. Coffee is their closers only. A, always B, B, C, closing. All right, our other players of the game. I'll let you think a little bit, Oscar. I think one team's going to be pretty easy. Let me remind you the folks that make our game possible. Feller Chevrolet, Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, First National Bank, English is your complete home center, Highview Motors GMC, getting choked up just thinking about how much I love these guys. El Cazador on Main Street in Altavista, KCD Maintenance, English Construction, the Altavista Office of Economic Development, PCM Industrial Services, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, Best Bet Motors, the Moose Family Center, streaming online audio is brought to you by Chad Rakos, your Allstate agent in Windhurst. This is the Subway postgame show. Special shout-out to Feller Chevrolet, KCD Maintenance, and also Best Bet Motors, because not only do they make basketball possible for you fans, they also sponsor the Honky Tonk Jukebox and make the great music possible as well. So, all right, player of the game time, brought to you by Radio Shack on Main Street in Altavista, your authorized Intellos dealer. They've got a big selection of 4G phones to make the connectivity so easy. I'll go first for the Rustburg Red Devils. Number 0, Mike Jones. Did I steal your thunder?
Go out on a limb, won't you?
And again, no disrespect to the other guys. They've got a talented ball club. If Mike Jones, if something were to happen and he were to get injured, et cetera, this is still going to be a good Rustburg team for sure.
Right. And you know, Joseph Daniel had a big second quarter when Jones was a little bit off and Mormon held him in check a little bit. But I concur. Mike Jones by a landslide.
Now we got to find a direction to go for the Altavista Colonels. I think I know where I'm going, and you might second this emotion. I thought Josh McClure played fantastic. Number 30 had a little bit of an off night last night. He knew it. He came to the gym with a renewed sense of purpose, and he really played well defensively. He was a monster, rebounding, points, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we don't often agree. We certainly agree tonight. Josh McClure had a big game for the Colonels.
It's like the most interesting man in the world commercials. We don't often agree, but when we do, it's on player of the game. Yeah, it's Josh McClure. Right. That's going to do it for us, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Music right now. Rustburg gets the victory by 10, 56-46. Next time we talk to you is in Appomattox, Friday night. The Colonels taking on the Raiders. Subway pregame show around 6:45. Hope you enjoy the Elvis birthday special on the Honky Tonk Jukebox right now on 105.5 KD Country.